There are actually 27 pages of stories that just came in just on being overwhelmed, and there are hundreds of examples and moments from people like you and I that get overwhelmed. And I wanted you to have a chance to hear from a few of them. Now, this is Kelly Crowder. She's got type 1. Her son has type 1 as well, and she's an elementary school teacher.
I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 2 weeks before my first year teaching as an elementary school teacher. I teach at the elementary school that my type 1 son attends. So all the while, I was caring for my son throughout the day through a school nursing shortage. That year in particular, we had no dedicated full-time nurse for the entire school year. So the burnout was amplified by caring for 25 students all day long through teaching, then caring for my son's needs and taking care of my own health. I'll never forget one day in particular during my planning period. He was in his specials class and experiencing an urgent low. So I was running around the school trying to find and care for him when all of a sudden I found myself low as well, crashing outside the principal's office with a juice box. Type 1 is like being two people, yourself and then a constantly needy baby version of yourself that no one else can really care for as well as you can.
How about this story from Kylie Burns? She was diagnosed when she was 14 years old.
I get very overwhelmed with trying to work out why 2 days can be exactly the same but so different with blood sugars. How you can eat the same things every day and one day you hypo and the next you have a high reading. I get overwhelmed with the amount of daily considerations I have to make and choices. It's in the hundreds and no one considers it.
Almost every single one of these 190 stories that came in on just this topic, they all have something in common. I started to see these trends. They all mentioned that they were tempted at some point to ignore type 1. That is something that I hear over and over and over again. And as soon as we're honest with ourselves about the challenges that we face, we can take these steps, to change it. There's no easy fix, but we can at least start handling the things that we can control, like how we respond to this craziness. I would ask you this question. Have you ever felt like you wanted to ignore type 1 diabetes altogether?